One.
Hi, who am I here with today?
My name is Kamaron Holloway.
Nice to meet you, Cam.
Nice to meet you, Will.
I got some questions for you today.
course.
From your football experience,
Yeah.
do you think excluding 4A and 5A teams from the open division helps maintain fairness or limits opportunity for those players?
I won't say that it limits opportunities for those players. Playing in football in Texas, coming to Arizona and seeing them play football was very eye-opening, and it was interesting just to see, how serious they take football here. But in Texas, and even my collegiate days, like football has always been a big thing in my life. But in Texas, those schools are really, really good. I played in the highest classification in 6A, and I'm just here to tell you, if we had to play any team 5A and below, we're waxing the floor with it. So I don't necessarily think that them being excluded is not making it fair. I think there is a talent gap there, and it's not because I don't say that the 4A and 5A schools can't compete with 6A, but 6A usually means you have more people at your school, so you kind of have a larger group to pull from. And so if a team is good enough, there are 4A teams that are really good in the state of Texas, and I'm just speaking for the state of Texas, not Arizona, but there are really good schools in 3A, 4A, and 5A that I think on any given day could possibly compete, but I don't necessarily think that they would be winning the game. So if the 4A and 5A teams want to join the Open Championship, or the Open Division, that should be up to them, but I don't necessarily think that it's like a hindrance or unfair.
And how do you think this decision changed the visibility or recognition that the 4A athletes get compared to 5A and 6A programs?
I won't say that it changes the recognition. Are you meaning in like to get recruited for college and stuff like that? I won't say that it's changing anything, because at the end of the day, this is the playoffs, and this is at the end of the season, like it's just a cherry on top. But at least from my experience in Texas, most guys that are getting recruited, you go to camps outside of the football season. Your recruiting is starting in spring football and throughout the summer. And if they really want you, like it doesn't matter if you're 3A, 4A, 5A, like obviously playing more games in championship, that's awesome. But if you're good and you have the talent to play at the next level, they're going to find you. There are multiple avenues outside of the regular season or the playoffs in football to be able to get recruited and get to the next level and get some type of viewership.
And then for the AIA, you said this decision was about representation and not exclusion. What does that mean to you as someone who understands both football and media sides of it?
I think that they're doing it the right way, by having it open and up to the choice of whatever the classification of the school, if they want to join or not. I think it's cool. At the end of the day, when you're a coach and you understand, like you can be as confident as you want to that you think you can go out and beat a team. Like, but I'm here to tell you, I cover Scottsdale Christian, who's a 2A school, and they're on the verge of winning their third state championship. We also went and watched Bachelor play football. I watched Mountain View play football. As much as I love my beat school, there's no way that Scottsdale Christian's football team is going to beat Bachelor. So as a coach, I think, and that's just 2A football, but coaches know, and I think they can assess a talent gap. And it's not about having pride. It's about, what is going to be best for my players and what is going to give us the best chance to win. And, if that means, if you think your team can bump up and play at that classification, then go for it. But I think being realistic is also something that you have to be when coaching and playing football.
And do you believe strong 4A and 5 teams can still prove themselves without competing in the open division? And if so, how?
Oh, 1,000%. I think they're going to prove themselves just by going through their classification and winning a state championship. So going back to my beat school, right? They're 2A, but as I said, they are won back-to-back state championships, and they're going for their third this year. So I think they're proving it just by doing it season after season after season, essentially building dynasties, right? So if you can, you're talented, and if you can compete in your own classification, that's going to show all that you need to. And if you feel like you're ready to make that next jump and you think you could take on the bigger dogs, the 4A, 5A, and 6A schools, then go for it. But I think they'll be just fine when they play their own classification and winning games.
And now for my final question. As a media intern, what can organizations like the AIA do to make sure 4A and 5A stories and athletes continue to be seen and valued by fans statewide?
I think they're doing a phenomenal job. Not to toot our own horn, but the internships they're giving people, and the fact that they have a partnership with the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication to go and cover these schools, whether you're beat writing or you're doing the video assignments. I mean, like I said, I'm covering a two-way school right now, and though Scottsdale Christian is good, you know, in football and volleyball and different things, I don't know how much viewership they were getting besides me and my counterpart doing the beat right. Like, you're out here beat writing for Eastmark, you know, and there's hundreds of students that are all across, you know, the valley covering 6A to 1A. And so I think just by doing that and having that partnership is doing all the work, and I think they're doing a phenomenal job.
All right, thank you, man.
Yeah, thank you.